Planet Zoo was announced recently as the newest game from Frontier Developments, based heavily on the Planet Coaster engine and the creative formula. I have been waiting for a spiritual sequel to Zoo Tycoon for some time, and as an avid fan of the simulation genre involving animals, we may finally be able to realize this dream. Similar to my Jurassic World evolution videos, Planet Zoo opens up many opportunities for species selection, and the base game is speculated by many media outlets to have a roster of around 50 animals. So let's start by going through all the confirmed and inferred species that will feature in the game. The first revealed animal is the African elephant, extensively showcased in the Planet Zoo announcement trailer. It is also featured as decorative elements and also infant specimens, confirming breeding and birthing mechanics. The African elephant is hopefully one of the two core elephants we will be able to exhibit upon release of the game, the other being the Asian elephant. As the centerpiece of the announcement, and probably the most typical and classic zoo animal in existence, the lion, more specifically the West African variant, will make an appearance. The lion is the only member of the cat family that displays obvious sexual dimorphism, and this mechanic has reassuringly been introduced into Planet Zoo. The grizzly bear, or more scientifically known as the North American brown bear, is an expected feature as possibly the most famous of all bear types, and another common sighting in zoos around the world. The plains zebra, another favourite of many zoos due to its hardy and adaptable nature, returns as the major African herd animal. The common hippopotamus makes its appearance in the release screenshots of the game, another famous and expected animal. Several giraffe specimens were featured in the video, with its patterning and colouring resembling that most of the reticulated giraffe, and this is confirmed in the Game Watcher article as well. Another fan favourite and obvious choice for a zoo edition. The grey wolf makes a fortuitous appearance, quite a bit more of a surprise for an initial announcement, but nonetheless a somewhat expected animal, as one of the most famous canine varieties in the world. The ring-tailed lemur is a unique endangered primate from the island of Madagascar, and shows Frontier is willing to branch out a little in terms of their animal choices for their first 50 or so animals. Primates, and particularly lemurs, come with a plethora of complex animations and behaviours, so this is a pleasing addition. The Indian peafowl is confirmed in the Game Watcher article and can be seen in this close-up image. The male members of this species, known more commonly as peacocks, are seen in many zoos and wildlife preserves around the world, roaming freely and often in close proximity to visitors. The western chimpanzee is confirmed in the Game Watcher article, but no footage and images exist of it yet. This subspecies is considered the most endangered out of all the chimpanzees, and has thus been declared critically endangered by the IUCN. Chimpanzees have always been a core addition to zoos and zoo simulators, so it's no surprise to make an appearance here. Similarly, the Brazilian wandering spider has been confirmed by the article, but also no footage or image exists of it yet. It is unclear how these will be housed, although one can assume in an insect house or other similar mechanics to exhibit very small animals such as birds, reptiles and insects, similar to Zoo Tycoon. Nevertheless, one of the more surprising additions, and I'm also unsure if this species counts as part of the base 50 animal roster. The next few animals come from the art cover of Planet Zoo on the official website and the Steam store page, and these are essentially unconfirmed and debatable due to the resolution and quality of said image, but we can make some educated guesses. The extreme left of the image shows an antelope drinking in a desert or arid environment, resembling an African exhibit. Slightly above shows a pair of the same basking in the sun in sitting down posture. From the horns and positioning of the blackish stripes over the tan brown to white colouring, we can deduce this is either the East African Oryx or the closely related GEMSBOK. Occupying the more arid and unforgiving landscapes of Africa, oryxes and GEMSBOK are extremely hardy and adaptable, although many species and populations are endangered. The next animal appears in a pair in the same exhibit, and its smaller size, colouring and horn shapes resemble that of the Thomson's gazelle, a commonplace and best known of the gazelle antelopes that roam the African savanna. As a favourite and core roster of other games such as Zoo Tycoon, it is no surprise to see the Thomson's gazelle in-game. This specimen is more particularly difficult to guess due to most of the animal features being obstructed by the fencing, but from the shape of its lower face and body, we can guess this is the common wildebeest, also known as the blue wildebeest, one of the most common grazing animals of the African savanna, and would not look out of place with the GEMSBOK, plain zebra, and Thomson's gazelle in this exhibit. These animals are inferred from various articles but usually mentioned sparingly. There is little evidence to go about for them, and as such, they are equally unconfirmed as they are dubious. Camels are mentioned in the rock paper shotgun article, and although it's unknown which variant, we can infer the more likely dromedary camel, which is commonplace in various zoos around the world and appears in many zoo games as the most likely species. However, it is also possible the Bactrian camel also makes an appearance alongside the dromedary. The article also mentions a tiger, and although not surprising, again it's not stated which subspecies of tiger is represented in the game. For me, I expect only one subspecies in the base game, and that is the Bengal tiger, the archetypal tiger population and the most common variety exhibited by zoos worldwide. I expect other varieties such as the rarer Siberian tiger or critically endangered Sumatran tiger to be added later as downloadable content. A German article by blick.de mentions the gorilla, but again, no known subspecies. My prediction is the western lowland gorilla, the archetypal gorilla subspecies, and the most populous. There is little differentiation between gorilla species generally, so I feel as if only one specimen should be added into the game. An article by French website jeuxvideo.com also mentions the rhinoceros. The most likely candidates are the large and recognized African species, including the white and black rhinoceros, which would be expected additions. However, the smaller Indian, Javan, and Sumatran rhinoceros I can expect in future DLC. This article also sparingly mentions reptilia in the form of snakes, but almost nothing else in this regard, and it's fast impossible to infer any possible species from this. This list so far covers the confirmed species of Planet Zoo, the unconfirmed but visible species from game images and footage, and those that are inferred from the various so far articles and media outlets issued upon announcement of the game. In essence, we can expect the majority of this list, if not all of these animals, to be represented in the Planet Zoo game upon release with some confidence, but ultimately there is still a certain degree of speculation, so take it as you will. It is important to note that Frontier have also confirmed marine and aquatic animals will not be making an appearance upon release, and I suspect this will be a prime expansion pack material that will be released at a later date. Similar to Jurassic World Evolution pre-release speculation, I will be exploring my personal wish list as well as the favourites for addition into Planet Zoo in the near future, so subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Catch you later.